Hi. Now I know I said I was going to do an Ant-Man review next, but to be honest, I watched it and I didn't feel the motivation or the urge to make a video review on that film because it was just fine, mediocre, not the best. And then I watched Creed 3 and I just wanted to talk about it so bad that it just replaced Ant-Man basically. Also, sorry for the lack of videos this month. I've had practice exams like this month, so I've had to be revising and doing those. But we're back. Creed 3 review. Everything I watched in February coming soon. I know that should have come at the start of the month, but like I said, busy. And also, John Wick Chapter 4 just came out, so expect a video on that very soon. I'm not the biggest sports movie guy. To be honest, I'm not the biggest sports guy either, but that's besides the point. But when it comes to the Creed movies, I get so invested. I did a rewatch for this movie, and those movies will come up in my next What I Watched video, so that'll be What I Watched in March. So I'll save my thoughts on the first two for there, but I'll say I was a fan. So walking into Creed 3, hearing that it had influences from anime, it was Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, it had Jonathan Majors in it, I was very excited, but also apprehensive because of Sylvester Stallone's absence as Rocky. But let me tell you, this movie excels in every department and works against any drawbacks or setbacks it might have thought to be had, and just works without them gracefully. I love Rocky in Creed 1 and 2, but I do think that for the most part, without giving anything away because spoilers, there is a moment where it would have made sense for Rocky to come back, but I get the behind the scenes stuff as to why not. So considering that, they couldn't have done anything really. For the most part, it feels natural. Creed 3 is just, it's like a technical marvel. This being Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut is crazy because of the way he uses the camera in ways that I've never seen. The final fight is like nothing I've seen in a boxing movie. Alas, I haven't watched a lot of boxing movies, but from the boxing movies I've seen, from the fights I've seen in general in film, this just does something so different where it takes a realistic sport, a realistic setting, and then uses more fantastical elements inspired by animation and, like Michael B. Jordan said freely, anime, to create a dreamlike state that kind of puts you in the mind of a boxer, what they're going through whilst they're boxing. And I love that. I love getting into the mind of Adonis through the camera and through the direction. Speaking of Adonis, Michael B. Jordan is just amazing in this role, and it makes sense why behind the camera he really understands him on a deeper level. So it's great to have the actor that's played him for 2 movies now and nearly 10 years have a hand at the behind the scenes stuff that helps the audience connect even more with the character. So that's just great. Speaking of performances, Jonathan Majors is amazing. He almost steals the show. He is a great villain, a sympathetic villain, a scary villain. He just does everything so well. This is, I feel, the best Creed series villain yet because he has a true personal connection to Adonis, and it feels less like a forced, rivalry just due to being boxing opponents. This feels like a rivalry and a relationship rooted in history and true emotions. It just feels so real. I love this movie. It's so visually pleasing, and the story, the narrative is great. The music's amazing. Ludwig isn't on the score anymore, but I would say that the score's still great. So overall, great movie, great blockbuster. I'm so glad it did so well. I love the anime influences, and I really hope we get more of that in just blockbuster cinema in general. It's rumored that The Marvels has anime influence, and I feel like that's going to be sick. But overall, just a really good movie. If I could think of any problems, I've heard people say that there's a pacing problem, and I kind of get that. The final fight, there's a bit of a time jump, and I feel like it would have been cool if we had seen that time jump just through a few scenes, or just show us that time, add 5 minutes onto the movie, and there's no problems for me. Yeah. So, and I will say, I get that the way the final fight is, just to put it bluntly, I know that's not going to be for everyone. It's for me, but I can understand if that's a complaint that people have. I've seen people say it relies too much on CG. Personally, the CGI didn't take away from me. The unrealistic nature of it was kind of on purpose, and on that note, it didn't look bad. it was just not supposed to look realistic. I don't know. I liked it. Works for me. That's all that matters, because this is my video. So, you know. Don't know why I went American there. Anyways, this movie, Creed 3, is definitely a curry rice. A high one at that. So yeah, that was Creed 3. 2 new videos coming out this week, hopefully. That being what I watched in February and John Wick Chapter 4. John Wick Chapter 4 is probably going to come first because it's a short little review to make. And the other one is like 20 reviews in one. So I'm going to have fun with that, and you guys better watch it because those ones are a lot of effort. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video and have a rice day.